What?
examiner.
Hey, hi, we're live. Playing Delta Green here on Garblag Games. We were talking about, I don't know, space bears and stuff
In
and
mechs.
moose running through schools. I don't know what the hell's going on. It was really strange. But we're playing Delta Green tonight. We're gonna see whether or not we're gonna see, I don't know, we're gonna see whether or not we're gonna steal a dead body, whether or not Jeremy's character gets arrested for going into a public place despite being incredibly well wanted, incredibly wanted. There's a lot of things that could potentially happen tonight, and I am prepared for none of them. So let's just go ahead, dive in, introduce everyone's characters. Start with the old Matty Two Arms. Tell us about Mr. Brown.
Mr. Brown's a bit of an enigma. He has my second character in this campaign where we're only at day 2 so far, and I've already lost one character. But he's shown up on the scene, and he's tried to do some cover-ups so far of the bumbling that this Delta Green outfit has done so far. I don't know how well that has succeeded, but he's going to keep trying. He's going to persevere at trying to cover things up and get the authorities off of their trail. Seeing as how they have 2 in their party who are wanted by the authorities for the disappearance of a medical examiner and or possible murder.
And Mr. Brown's brilliant decision was to film a domestic terrorist video, so that a Northwestern in the United States domestic terrorist organization taking credit for all sorts of different things, including, I think it was Greaves and the death of the medical examiner and of
Rutledge.
a DEA agent.
The explosions, all of it.
Totally low key.
Hey,
moving on. Speaking of low key. Speaking of low key, we got Dr. Raleigh. Tell us about Dr. Raleigh.
Well, Dr. Raleigh this is her first time in Delta Green. She's really green. Kind of fumbling her way through this whole bit. Accidentally killed a medical examiner. Absolutely. She's trying to kind of make amends for her bloopers and so forth, but it doesn't quite seem to help out. In fact, everything that she seems to try to do just escalates and makes the matters worse and causes the stress of the rest of the party to go up. So she is currently in an Uber due to cost savings on their way to Seattle with Mr. Dart to see what they can do to talk to a witness.
Yeah. Yep. I like how you say it's first time in Delta Green. Like it's the start of an Alcoholic Anonymous meeting. It's just like first time, long time listener, first time Delta Greener. It's great. Let's see who's up next. Aaron, tell us about Agent Stone, who likes to blow things up.
Well, Deacon Stone, he's part of the Army Intelligence Support Activity. He's a master sergeant in the Army. He's run a lot of covert ops, been in a lot of combat zones, has never seen the kind of shit that he has seen in the last day and a half. And it has rattled his cage pretty hard. So he's fully focused on eliminating the threat at this point, and he sees that as whatever the hell that multi-limbed thing was, and is less concerned about the American public finding out about it. But he's kind of tried to keep that to himself. He's still the examiner's building with Mr. Brown. When they got the text that their 2 of their party were headed to Seattle to have some fun at the Swedish Medical Center. So they've got some hard choices to make at this point.
Yeah, that was an interesting text. Yep. So we're at, I think, Swedish Medical Center. We're like, you guys are like about 40 minutes away or so from, like about, I don't know, 40 minutes, 45 minutes between the Snohomish Medical Examiner's office and the Swedish Medical Center. Can you get to them in time? Probably not. Let's see. Let's see who's next. We got our Sons of Anarchy hacker. We've got Agent Ryder. Tell us about him there, Evan.
I'm playing Jay Renfro, also known as Ryder. He is a computer scientist for the FBI. He's currently making his way on a date with the medical examiner, about to have a couple appletinis while everyone fucks everything up. And he's going to, just enjoy his time. I feel like after this day and a half, he's really just needed a little bit of me time. And I think that's what he's going to experience right here. Maybe he'll do a little bit of work checking up the hard drives that he got, but a lot of it was just a little downtime. And he'll pick up the pieces, I'm sure, later whenever he gets some terrible phone call about something happening.
I am very concerned about Dr. Benning's health. Last time there was some flirtation going on with the medical examiner. Literally 35 seconds later, they were dead. So I don't know what's going to happen at this Applebee's, but it's probably going to be ugly. We'll find out. We'll find. And then finally, we have we have a guy who spent 3/4 of the session eating a snow cone or something in a park, just staying out of trouble. We've got Agent Rex Dart. Tell us about him, Jeremy.
I was a good boy for an entire session, but Rex Dart is a man of action, so to speak. And we're going to go to the hospital over in Seattle. Good things are going to happen. And I promise not to flirt with any medical examiners.
That's good. That's a good thing. Yeah. Like
baby steps.
Yep. Okay. So we touched on a few things as we introduce people, a summary of what's been going on. So let me just tie some things together. This is in fact only day 2 of Operation Malta, but it is nighttime. So we're almost to day 3. So we're getting there. Obviously this entire operation is taking place in the Pacific Northwest. Mostly so far, it's been within either Mill Creek or Kirkland or Seattle, kind of the same general area. It was spurred on by the death of Dr. Tybalt Greaves, a retired geneticist who died under strange circumstances along with his girlfriend at his home. Yeah. So you all, and I won't go through the whole thing, but we'll just do recent history. Rutledge, as we've mentioned before, was recently killed by an unnatural creature near Greaves's home. Dart and Raleigh were both able to escape it. At a certain point, Ryder and Stone and Dart went back looking for it, and they actually were able to locate it at a nearby home, where they blew up that home and burnt it down in fairly spectacular fashion. Mr. Brown is our new agent, replacing Rutledge, coming here, like Matt said, to try to clean up some public relations things. He and Dr. Raleigh were working on that last episode. They filmed that video pretending to be domestic terrorists, taking credit for a variety of crimes. They then went to the library where Dr. Raleigh sent it to a couple different places. Watch immediately. Public health at risk, I believe, was the note that was attached to the email. Let's see what else we have going on. We've got we also had Raleigh and Stone visited a crime scene near a Qdoba down in Kirkland near Bellevue, where there was a woman who was shot that turned out to be a private investigator by the name I think you have the name, Evelyn Wells. They weren't able to find who that assailant was. Ryder and Stone kept trying to get back into the medical examiner's office in Snohomish County to get into the cold storage to see Griffin's body. It's Greaves' girlfriend, wasn't able to, but Ryder did befriend Dr. Bennings, as we already said. Stone and Brown are thinking about maybe trying to steal the body, but they only have like 15 minutes before all hell breaks loose, because the video that Raleigh sent is now being picked up. We've got Department of Homeland that's starting to get involved. There's going to be some reinforcements coming to the medical examiner's office, and the window might have closed. We'll see what they decide. And then Rex Dart and Dr. Raleigh decided they were going to go track down the woman who was shot, who was at Seattle's Swedish Medical Center. And Ryder's going out on a date-ish work date with Dr. Bennings. So let's start over by the medical examiner's office, because I feel like that's the one under the most time pressure. So Stone, Brown, the two of you are out in the parking lot area. We'll say you're by yourself. You're away from any of the police officers that have been on scene watching both the front and the back entrance. And the two of you are here. You are very well aware of the fact that time is limited. Stone, you've been seen by the officer in the back, kind of lingering, loitering around. They didn't seem suspicious of you, but they saw you there. What do you want to do? What are Brown and Stone doing? And you just got a message from Dart and Raleigh saying they're heading to Seattle to go to a medical hospital.
Brown,
So what are you two doing?
Brown, I've hit a lot of places in my time, and there is no way we're getting in there, getting those bodies out without dropping these cops. And I am not shooting a U.S. citizen to get a couple of corpses. This is a lost cause. We don't have the time or the resources to make this happen.
He thinks for a moment, looks up at the sky. He looks back at the car that we were planning on blowing up, and he looks back and he goes, I think you're right. I think these bodies are a lost cause. Those two are wanted, and they're walking in on a hive of police. We need to stop them.
Now that sounds like a reasonable plan. Let us go to Seattle.
Okay.
You drive. I'll try to get Dart on the phone to tell him to stand down until we get close to them.
Rex, go ahead and roll a luck test. See if your phone still has juice. You were walking around in the park all day eating a snow cone or whatever it was. It's possible your phone could be dead. Nope, it's not. There's a little bit left. So Brownstone, you get in the car. It's not a problem. Maybe you give a wave to the officers.
Yeah,
on
I mean,
duty.
I told him we were going to dinner anyway, so.
Yeah, no problem. Like, no one stops you on your way out. You get out to like the main intersection. You go through kind of the service road. You get out there, and you start seeing some cars starting to roll up, and you start recognizing, these cars. They got those special plates and stuff as they start turning down the service road. It looks like reinforcements are arriving. You go ahead and you send, or do you call Dart or do you text?
No, I would call him, and I just Dart, Stone, pull over and text us your location. We are inbound.
Sure. I'll wave to the Uber driver for a second, look for where we're at, share it.
You are literally about to turn into the parking lot for the Swedish Medical Center.
Okay.
You're right there, buddy.
I got good news and I got bad news. The good news is we're ready to stop right now. We're also here.
Stone looks down at his phone. He's like, God damn, do not go into the hospital.
It's okay.
Find
total
someplace.
observation.
Find someplace away from the entrance to the hospital. Lay low and text us your location.
Done and done. All right.
It's okay. I'll just text my husband. It's okay.
Right, let's actually the other one. I think the whole party's coming out, so I think we're gonna chill for just a little bit. But if you think you've got a way to figure out where that detective is, that might not be a bad thing.
What? Oh gosh. So what time is it? What time?
Let's put it at like 8:00 or so at night, something like that.
Okay. Fair enough. It goes, oh well, I know that there's a Starbucks around the corner. Why don't we hang out there, and I'll see who's loitering and see if we can talk to somebody to get inside.
Nice. And I'll just be kind of watching the area.
Stone looks over at Brown while he's driving. He goes, all right, so they're at the hospital. I've told them not to go in. I'm fairly certain by the time we get there, they're going to be in cuffs. We just need to be prepared for that.
That's fair.
We deny all association.
I don't know either one of them.
So who ordered the Uber and who paid for the Uber, and how did you pay for the Uber? Out of curiosity. I'm just curious. We're just having a conversation. Answers to these questions aren't important. Yeah.
Okay.
You got an Uber.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys are fine. You got an Uber.
Yeah, totally. So I called and I paid with cash.
Okay.
And I was very, very like I ordered it under, like Miss Dubois.
Miss
You
Dubois.
stick
Okay.
with Dubois. Man, I respect that. That's great. No matter how ridiculous the name sounds, you have to double down on it and you own it. Just wonderful, Doc.
Okay.
Raleigh would be so happy.
We cut to Applebee's where Ryder is sitting there in a booth. Dr. Bennings is across from you. Like, she's kind of on her phone at the moment. She's texting. You look over your shoulder and you look up on one of the screens above the bar, and you can see it's got news channel on, and lo and behold, there's a video playing, and like the header at the bottom is like domestic terrorist group takes credit for all these sorts of things, and then suddenly the camera shifts and you see a familiar face on the screen. It is Elizabeth McCready, and you can barely hear the video. You can barely hear it. And she's talking about, and yeah, there was just these people. They said there was something infected with the crows. They were very nice people. They came in, said they were going to help my dog. There's a bunch of men. There's a woman. Oh, what was her name? Oh, Miss Blanche Dubois. Very interesting name. And so you hear this whole interview kind of happen. Then Marty Postwait comes up, and then it kicks back to like the local scene. And then they cut over and they're talking about now a shooting at a Qdoba. And then it's just like this constant rapid listing of all these different crimes that have been happening within the last 36 hours. And then your phone kind of kicks up and you can see that there is a message from Dart and Raleigh saying they're going to the Swedish Medical Center.
Yeah, I think Ryder kind of looks at it, turns his phone upside down, puts it on the table so he can't see the screen, and he's kind of looking at the menu. You like cheese sticks or?
I don't really like deep fried foods, to be honest.
Right. You know what? You just order whatever you want. I'll just share with you.
Well, I mean, if you wanted something, you should get it yourself. No offense, but we just met. Like,
I get.
Not really sure what you think this is. This is just, it's either this or I can sit at the bar.
I feel like you're not letting me really talk or anything. You just.
I'm sorry. It's been a long day. What
yeah,
is it? Yeah,
same. I just thought maybe we could just unwind a little and just relax.
Sure, that's what these are for. And she picks up this like green martini glass and she just starts sipping on it. Like, oh, I know these things are terrible for you, but they just taste so delicious. And she just downs an appletini, like one big.
He kind of like looks at the waiter to like order another one. And he's just like,
okay.
Yeah, all right. I guess thought we would. Yeah, what's your thoughts on aliens?
Like little green men aliens, or?
Yeah, sure. You think they exist? Think they're out there?
I think the odds that there's other life in the universe are probably pretty high. Yeah, whether or not they've been here, that's a different question. I don't really get involved with that kind of conspiratorial nut jobbing, to be honest.
Yeah, same. Those guys are so weird.
Yeah.
He like moves a badge that has like pro alien or something like on his vest.
Oh gosh. So what's your role in this investigation? I know we've been talking about my job all day.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
What are you're part of this task force? Is that right?
I guess I'm the computer guy. When they got electronics, they need some, digital media. I show up, do little magic, and next thing you know, I got the information.
I heard that something happened with the video surveillance, like the security cameras malfunction.
That's
weird. You can fix those, right?
Oh, I don't know. I wasn't a part of the transition of the evidence. I could try, but I don't know what happened.
Well, I don't know either. I don't know. Anyway, she starts sipping the second one. She ordered two.
All right.
Second. It's like, should we get food? We should get food, right? I'm starving.
Yeah,
I'm so hungry I can eat Applebee's.
Yeah, you know what? You order what you want to order, and I'm going to order what I want to order. Because that's what this is.
That's customarily what adults do. Yeah.
Yep. I'm used to that.
So Raider Cubs order food, and we'll cut to I feel like Stone and Brown, you're just gonna be in a car for a bit, right?
Yeah,
Anything in
yeah.
particular?
Nope.
No, we're just driving
straight there.
Okay.
And
So, yeah, if you're just in a car and it's like if you're driving really fast, you probably get it there like 40 minutes or so, maybe a little less. Dart in Raleigh though, you are at the Starbucks. You just say it's been maybe 15 minutes or so since you last communicated with Stone. You've got your drink orders in. What's the plan for you two?
Largely just watching the hospital like a hawk. Watching how people go in and out, looking at people maybe in the parking lot.
Okay.
Is
there anybody, because this Starbucks, I'm imagining, is like a regular haunt for a lot of doctors and staff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So is there anybody in line, or like my husband, Dr. Duncan Raleigh, works in the research portion of the Swedish Medical Center, and so I would have met several of his colleagues and so forth. Is there anybody in the Starbucks that I know?
Roll a luck test.
All right.
There's a little overhead Google map shot of the Swedish Medical Center, and there is, in fact, it doesn't actually show up on here, but there is, in fact, a Starbucks across the street.
of course there is. I mean,
yeah,
it's Seattle.
Yeah. How'd you do on that luck test? Sorry, couldn't see it.
She got a success.
Okay.
16.
Got a success. Okay. We'll say that there is if your husband works here and he works here regularly. It's not just he's here sometimes, but if this is his main gig, and you yourself are within kind of the medical field, so you're a CDC agent, so it makes sense. We'll say that there's somebody you notice that maybe works in his wing of the department. You're not probably close with them, but maybe you recognize, it could be a nurse, it could be some kind of medical assistant. You're not sure exactly what their specific role is, but yeah, we'll say man in his late 20s or so, maybe like an intern or somebody going through med school or whatever it might be. We'll call them, what should we call them? What should we call them? Megan, this is your husband's friend. So what's your husband's friend's name?
Ian Martins.
Ian Martins.
Yep.
Okay. We'll say like med student or something.
Okay,
Med
so
student assistant.
I'm gonna go to Dart. Hey Dart, I'm gonna go see if I can borrow their phone. I'll be right back.
okay.
So I'm gonna head over to the baristas, and it's 8:00, so it's not super busy, right? And I'm gonna go up to somebody who's busy making a drink and just be like, hey, I know in this day and age this is such an odd question, but is there any way I could borrow your phone?
This is like someone working at Starbucks you're asking this at? You don't have a cell phone?
I don't. I'm one of those really, really odd people that, has held out till now. I'm like this close to biting the bullet to buy one, but haven't quite got there yet.
Do you think they're going away?
No. To be honest, I don't have a lot of contacts that I want to reach out to, and although I'm pretty young, I'm a little ashamed to admit I have a Rolodex at home.
I'll roll a what? Since 19.
All the time. It's just, I know I'm an anomaly. I know it's a weird question, but can't I just use your landline for 5 make a quick phone call?
Okay, sure. And they just point over. You can see behind the kind of the sneeze guard. You can see it's not an actual. It's it's a cordless phone, but so they kind of pick up the receiver, hand it over to you, and don't take that out of eyesight, please.
Don't worry, I won't. And I'm gonna go stand over by the lids and straws and stuff are.
Okay.
So
All right.
I'm gonna dial my husband's cell number.
Okay. So Before the phone is answered, because I will answer the phone as your husband, I do want to preface this by saying your face has been on the news today for a variety of reasons. So the phone answers. They're like, and you hear your husband's voice, but you can hear that there's stress and anxiety in it, and like just tiredness coming through. Like, hello.
And I'm gonna go. I just wanted to let you know that Ian Martins. I'm looking at him right now. He doesn't look very well. I think you should come and check him out. He's at the the Starbucks.
Lucy? Oh my God, Lucy! Where the hell have you been? You're all over the. They said, I spoke with Robert. I spoke with Roberta. They thought you were trying to kill people. They thought you were kidnapped. What is going on?
This is totally you overreacting over every little thing.
Overreacting? You're on the news.
Duncan, are you alone?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the neighbors are here supporting. They're worried too. And your mother, or not mother?
There's
We'll call it mother.
Behind you or anything like that?
Well, they came here. Yes, they want to speak with you. Not just them, but the FBI was here. Your colleagues were here.
Duncan, focus. Okay. I need your help. I can't explain everything that's going on right at this moment. I can't. It's not what you think. It's not I am not I'm okay. I haven't killed anybody. It's just one of these when we're growing look back on this and laugh.
Is there a deception roll here?
Yeah, there. I think you're gonna have to roll a little bit of a persuasion test here.
Has the domestic terrorist tape featuring Lucy been
Oh,
released?
it's so.
Oh my God, it's so bad.
I've never killed anyone.
Oh God.
He knows when you're lying. He knows.
Oh yeah.
Oh God, it's like, yeah, that's exactly what he says. I know when you're lying. I know when you're lying. What's going on? Tell me what's going on. Tell me why I shouldn't call the cops right now. First they say you killed somebody, then they say someone's trying to kill you. There's a video right now on TV, and someone's pointing a gun at you.
It looks.
This isn't community theater, Lucy.
Sweetheart, and she says it kind of like, sweetheart. Like, shit hit the fan. There's some crazy shit that I've seen. I literally watched this like 10-legged creature rip out of somebody's chest. It was just fucked. Like, oh my God. I've been recruited by this like Secret Service. It's called Delta Green. They want me to come and help them cover up this like crazy alien shit. And
Dart shooter.
Yeah, I think honestly, at this point, it does come to like there's a hand on your shoulder, and Dart's nice enough to be like, you need to stop. But then Dart is also immediately trying to find an exit out of here.
You hear your husband like, are you taking the pills again? Is that what this is? You're taking the pills again. Okay.
You know what?
That's all this is. A bender. This is a bender for you. This is a bender.
You got to
for
cut it. You've got it.
It's fucking.
I'm calling the police. That's it. I'm calling the police.
I hung up. That's it.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness.
It is
Critical
time
fails
to
at the
hide
worst
now.
I'll go and give the phone back to the barista and say, "Thank you very much. I appreciate that."
I'm already out
They
the
just
door.
take it back. They're like, you're welcome. I did roll something hidden about whether or not like he kind of pieced together the hint that you gave him, and
Oh my god.
you don't know.
Or the fact that the police probably have tapped your cell phone, his cell phone, but that's neither here nor there.
Could be. Okay, so Rex, you're out the door. It's Raleigh being dragged, kicking and screaming as well. Okay.
I'm immediately looking for a place to hide.
I'm
Okay.
upset that my husband was not helpful.
He was not very
Okay.
supportive.
Okay, so let's go with learning opportunity. Let's not say Delta Green. Let's not talk about 10 armed freaks. And when you're trying to ask for help, maybe don't yell at the person you're asking for help from. Just respectfully, but also we need to move now.
There's a bar around the corner. We can go.
No, we're not going to any place public. We're going to slum it in a garbage can if we have to. We are not hanging out someplace public.
There's another Starbucks across the street.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the other side.
They'll never know we're here.
Okay, so the two of you just want to lay low. Is
We
that what you
need
want?
to be out of sight and not in a public place.
Okay. Both of you roll stealth tests. Raleigh, you could do this with +20.
Nice.
Stealth.
Oh,
Sorry.
Oh my
boy.
god.
There we go.
Dr. Raleigh is just her casual.
Oh my god.
God. Okay, I do. Can we carry over rerolls from previous sessions?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, I still have 2. I'm going to use one.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Oh, it was meant to be. It was meant to be.
Oh man.
Oh my god. Oh no.
I'm going to jail. And
Just please get rid of her. Put her in a psych ward.
Oh god.
Not really jail. I'm sure before you get to jail, some government operative is going to make sure you don't go anywhere ever again.
Oh my
You're
god.
going somewhere.
Oh my god.
Okay, so this is what happens.
Oh my
Dart,
God.
you get outside. The door opens, you get outside. Raleigh, you're about to move out the door, and you hear a voice behind you. Lucy? And you hear like you feel like a small kind of tug like on your arm. Lucy, is that you? And it's your husband's medical assistant. Yeah, his teaching assistant or whatever it might be. Ian Martin is like, oh my god, what did you do? You looked different. Your hair. Oh my gosh. I like it. I like the look. This it's very edgy. Yeah.
And thank goodness she puts her arm around him and is like, hey, so, I decided, like Duncan and I have been going through a rough patch, and I figure, a whole new look might spice things up, and like, I don't know. It's been a weird couple of days, let me tell you.
Well, yeah, I not to put too fine a point on it, but yeah, Duncan's been really scared. Actually, he was very, very worried. We all were worried. We've heard some strange things about you. The last day or so. You want to sit down? Should we sit down? Let's just sit down. How about that?
I don't really want to sit down. Feel like it's been there's too many eyes on me as is, and to kind of get away from like the crazy men, I have to continue walking. So you're more than welcome to walk with us, and we can continue this conversation as we continue walking.
I mean, it's getting kind of cold out. We could just hang out here. We can go back to the hospital if you want. Like we can go. Your husband's not there, but I have keys to his office. We can get in his office. Just hang out there. Relax, take a breather.
You know what, Ian? That sounds absolutely spectacular.
Oh, okay, great, excellent. Roll human.
Oh shit! I'm shitty at that.
That's
Yeah.
okay.
This guy is
Yeah.
totally gonna fucking turn you in.
Okay. All right. So you take him up on his offer. Is that right? Okay. Yeah. So he the two of you start walking, talking, and he's very agreeable, friendly, and leads you right in the front door, and you head up. You don't see Dart anywhere. As Dart, you passed your stealth test. Unless I'm speaking for you, I would say your alertness is high enough that you can see her leaving, talking to someone. So unless you wanted to intervene, Rex, that's how it's going.
I don't think I'm going to make anything better by putting myself out there.
Okay. All right. But your alertness is enough to see her. I'll say that. I mean, you're a very high alertness. So you can see her walking across the street with a guy. They're talking. She doesn't seem to be under duress or anything like that. And then she disappears into the hospital.
Can I before we start walking, can I ask Ian for his phone?
Your phone?
You see, I don't have one.
No, I'm good. I'm like, you know what?
Oh,
The last couple What?
No, I left it inside. I left it upstairs. Yeah, you when we get upstairs, I'll give it to you, no problem.
Can I? What would I roll to see whether or not he is?
It's humans. I already get. Yeah. You already failed the roll.
Jeez. Very well.
Okay. So you go inside.
no.
No one stops you to go inside, and you just start working your way to your husband's wing and eventually to his office. Okay, we'll cut over then to Ryder. You just finished your dinner. She's on like her fourth appletini at this point. She's not really been a great conversationalist. She's been on her phone just as much as she's been talking to you. But every so often you see over the screen, there's more news about like stuff going on in the area, this or that or the other thing. And now they're talking about, they have a picture of a woman on the screen. Now you don't recognize her, but it seems to be like a shooting victim at a Qdoba. And so they have like a picture and it says, it just kind of says shooting victim and in critical condition, but alive. Manhunt's still on for shooter. Any information, call such and such. That kind of stuff going on.
Yeah. Does she seem pretty drunk?
She's a little tipsy. Yeah, she's a little tipsy.
Okay, because I mean, if I had 4 appletinis, I'd probably be a little bit more tipsy. But I guess he'll be like, who you texting? So you're on your phone so much. I thought you wanted to like talk to me or something.
Oh, it's my kids.
Oh, I like kids.
Good.
Oh.
Oh my god.
What is happening today? So she says, yeah, she kind of turns it this is Christine. She's my oldest. She's 7, and she holds up a picture like on her phone. It's like you see like this little 7-year-old kind of blonde girl. And then like in here, he's gonna flip it over. This is Travis. He's 4. He is a devil child, and he's made me realize that the male species is worse. Is basically
Sure.
what it is. Yeah.
Gotcha. That's cool. So you're like they're being babysat or something, or
Yeah, my sister's
daycare?
watching them.
Oh, gotcha.
Daycare. It's 9 o'clock at night.
Oh, I forgot. Just time flies when you're having fun, right?
Oh God.
Yes, that's what they say when you're having fun.
Ooh.
Roll human.
Okay. I don't think mine's very good either.
I know. It's like let you mine the skill a little bit. Okay. Yeah. far as you can tell, she's having fun.
He thinks in his head, man, she's really into me.
Yep.
So I was thinking, I know we have separate meals and everything, but they got this like brownie sundae. Maybe we could split
A brownie
sundae.
Brownie sun. You know what? Sure. That sounds great. Let's split up.
Yeah, I mean, I got nowhere to be as he kind of looks at the TV and he's just like shaking his head. I got nowhere to be.
Yep. And you just see like the big charred oasis that is the place that got burnt down, and then it cuts to in a secondary fire over near a suburb in Mill Creek, as you see like this aerial drone shot of what looks like the farm, like not the farm. It's not a farm. I'm overstating it, but like it's a kind of off suburb home that you all just completely burnt down with the phosphorus grenades. But yeah, you see it there, and then there's like you can see the sublines. It says family of 4 missing. No one's been able to contact, and then it kind of cuts over and you can see like there's an individual who's crying, and it's just and like you can't really hear as much, but you're not sure who they are. It might be a relative, whatever. But yeah, it's a family of 4 and like still missing after a horrible fire near a Mill Creek suburb. Okay, so we'll come back when that brownie
Nice.
Sunday comes back. Okay. Matt just stepped away, but Stone, we'll say at this point you're fairly close to the medical center, and so if you want, we could say you kind of catch up and get there.
Yeah, and I'm texting Dart as we're pulling in, and I'm like, I text sit rep.
Yeah, I know. I will respond like, basically, Doc is gone. I'm in hiding. Doc was being escorted and then went into the hospital. She's completely made, I'm sure.
All right, Brown. So the murderer, Dr. Raleigh, has apparently been completely made and has gone into the hospital after having announced her presence, and according to what Dart is telling me briefly, may have said over a live cell phone wire the words Delta Green and multi-armed monster.
She needs to be eliminated.
Well, I know some rendition sites in Guantanamo that she could probably sit in for the rest of her life, but I'm not pulling the trigger on an American citizen. But I'll black bag her. However, we do need to get Dart and figure out what the hell we're going to do with this problem.
All right, where is he?
I give him the address.
Yeah,
you
you found a place.
We're gonna go pick up.
Yeah, you
Darts.
found a place. You rolled high enough on your stealth that you found a place to kind of keep out of sight. And so yeah, the 3 of you can reunite at this point.
What the hell's the situation here, Dart? What do you mean she's talking on open line, talking about doesn't say and other things? Why didn't you stop her?
I did once she went. Oh my god. I like to have faith in people. I do. And she has contacts, and she was supposed to be like kind of anonymously trying to figure out where the detective is in the hospital, so we would know where that was. But apparently she called her, I don't know if it's an ex-husband or a current husband, but apparently like it just immediately like that was
Did anybody
went
make
bad.
her?
So somebody who knew her like grabbed her arm or something like that as they were leaving, and then from there I knew she was made.
Her face is all over the news.
Yeah,
You let her go?
I already had some distance between us if I stepped in. Oh my god.
All right, Brown. This is your show. How do we uncluster this fuck nut?
At this point, Raleigh's a liability. We either make her go away, or we let the agency do their thing and they make her disappear.
Well, this seems kind of secondary to our primary mission. How do you want to allocate resources, Mr. Brown, since this is your show?
You and I need to get in that hospital. We need to locate Raleigh, first and foremost. Dart, you can't go anywhere near the place.
I know. That's why I didn't step forward.
That mullet looks ridiculous.
I do want to bring up one thing, by the way. I'm not sure if anyone realizes this. She has the crows in the evidence and all that kind of stuff. Just so everybody remembers
that. Okay.
All right. Stone, you and I need to get in that hospital locator immediately.
All right. Dart, did she say, when she was talking to this person who knew her, did she give any indication of where they were going in the hospital?
All right, so I know it's her husband or ex. I don't know the exact details of that, but it's clear it was something of that nature. I know he works in the hospital. I don't think she never really got far enough in the conversation for me to pick up a hint of where he might work.
I think she probably yelled loud enough at one point to know that his name is Duncan.
Yeah.
So you probably know his name, which
I know his name
might
is
allow
Duncan.
you to search for him.
If they're still married, it might be Duncan Raleigh. I don't.
Right. Well, we should be able to go into the hospital, go to the hospital locator, and see if he's got an office in there somewhere. Maybe that's a place to start.
Okay. So yeah, it's easy enough for Brown and Stone pop on your phones, or even just go inside the lobby.
Yep.
There's going to be, kind of a listing of people on what floors they're on, and you can easily find that. And as you're sitting there kind of scrolling through the index of people within the hospital, the offices and things, you kind of land and you see, oh yeah, Dr. Duncan Raleigh. Immediately the scene cuts and we are in Dr. Duncan Raleigh's office, and we've been here for a few minutes. Ian's been talking, kind of handed over his phone at this point. He did like a whole show of like, oh, where is it? Kind of ducks underneath the desk. Oh, here, I fell on the ground, and kind of hands it over towards you. Yeah, here you go. So really sorry to hear that you've been having problems with Duncan. That's a real shame. I really thought you two kids were going to make it.
Funny words. You know what? Silly feminine wiles and so forth. I have to eat. I'm just gonna watch the washman and I'll be right back.
They are broken actually. I think they were getting clean. When we walked past, you saw that they were getting clean, right? And that's when you hear a knock on the door. And you see stepping inside are two hospital security guards, cops, that are now stepping into the room, and they're like, "That's okay, Mr. Martins. We can take it from here. Thank you." And he's like, "Oh, thank God!" Just like this huge exhaust, and he just kind of quickly grabs his phone and just runs outside. Sorry, Lucy. And then the door closes. And we no longer see Dr. Lucy Raleigh, as we'll kick back to Applebee's, where the brownie sundae is like half eaten. She's kind of scooping it up. She's on her 5th apple teeny at this point. She's still texting like, the little shit just won't go to bed. Just go to bed. Go to fucking bed. And she's just screaming at her phone at this point.
Oh, maybe you should try like a softer hand or something. Be a little more gentle with the child.
Do you have kids?
I
know you love them.
Yeah, I would like to someday. I just haven't found the right person. Kind of stares at her a little.
She's like, well,
oh my God.
I'm sure she's out there.
Yeah, probably.
Somewhere far out there.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know, like a Applebee's or something.
Excuse me one second. I'm going to go clean I'm just gonna go ahead and call. I'm gonna go ahead and call if that's okay.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna give him a call. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So she gets up. You see her just start walking away.
I think at this point, I think it's 45.
You see her. Okay, 45's enough. You see her just like walk over to the server you two had, just
Pay her
starts
bill.
counting out cash and just handing it over. You just see it happening, and she kind of looks once over at you, and you have like this awkward. Oh shit, he's looking, and so she stops looking, and then she just like just keep it, and then you see her just start to walk out the front door at that point.
He kind of, sighs. Damn it. And he'll pull out his laptop and start investigating the hard drives and drink a beer.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. Sure. Roll a computer science test, actually. These long lost hard drives that we've had for
Dude,
a really long time.
I
Critical
have failed
failure.
this 3 times in the past 3 games. It's the only thing this character is good at.
Someone give Evan.
I thought I had a
reroll
reroll
in
from last
chat.
time, but I just really feel like I don't want to use it just because it's just so funny.
It's up to you.
Wow.
You spill your beer on it.
You know, I think it goes about how well my date went.
Oh man.
There you go. You got a reroll. Go ahead.
Oh.
From
I
Matt.
have to bring up the computer stuff anyway.
There you go.
Oh, yay!
Wow.
The great equalizer.
Okay. All right. So you take out the hard drives. You start, you take out your laptop. You start kind of going through them. All right. So there's two computers. There's one that appeared, or there was one hard drive that was taken from Greaves's computer, one that was taken from Amanda Griffin's girlfriend's computer. Is there a particular one you want to start with?
I'll start with, I guess hers. That's fine.
Okay. Like hers boots up ridiculously slow, despite being a relatively new computer. It's like every bit of malware or whatever is just kind of weighing it down here and there. You don't find any kind of software of any real suspicion on the hard drive itself, but when you start kind of it's more her social media. She's able to kind of get into some social media stuff here and there. That's really the only thing. You get a lot of online shopping, tons and tons of online shopping. You go to these tons and tons of bookmarks at different places where she's purchasing things. She's purchasing clothes,
Like
she's
a lot of
purchasing
money?
accessories. Yeah, it looks like she's spending a lot, right? But it's never anything huge. It's it's not never like a brand new house. It's never a boat. It's usually clothes. Sometimes it's cars. But you're just noticing the trend of her just constantly buying stuff. You see that in terms of her social media, when you kind of get into her Facebook and stuff, most of it doesn't seem to be personal. She's not communicating mostly. Most of the stuff she's putting up is just memes and things. And but she does seem to have a small conversation every so often with a woman named Cindy Pulsick. And as you're reading through some of these messages, it's mostly benign. You don't really nothing really stands out to you. They talk about roses. They talk about the club. Cindy is apparently complaining about certain new rules that aren't particularly friendly towards the dancers. Talks about fights that broke out. It seems to be they're referring to Rose's Gentlemen's Club, which is basically a strip club that she had once worked at but doesn't anymore. You don't notice any family communication. You don't see anything about brother, sister, mother, father, nothing like that. Nothing whatsoever for Amanda Griffin. It's just that. And that's really all you kind of get from her laptop. When you dive into the hard drive for Reeves, mostly you notice on his computer, it's very meticulous, incredibly well organized, complete opposite end of the spectrum. Everything's clean, everything's sleek. It's a little older of a laptop, but it's in great condition. It runs really smoothly. There's no bloatware. There's nothing. He's got these very meticulously organized receipts and tax information in his documents, going back several years. What's your accounting? Do you have an account? What's your
Yeah, I
accounting
do. It's actually pretty good. 51.
Okay. So despite, so this is like one of the first things that kind of, as you start pouring through some of these tax returns, and that you notice, by the way, that he seems to have done himself by hand. Like this is just his, and he's got scanned documents, he's got uploaded documents, things like that. But there's nothing strange about the taxes. Like everything looks to be on the up and up from what you can tell. But his net worth at the time of death was $21 million, which doesn't seem to align with the neighborhood that he's in, which was just a slightly upper middle class neighborhood, and doesn't align with what you were hearing from the neighbors in terms of their cash intake. With a 45, you also notice that there is a lot of receipts that's docked from like a couple years ago, back in 2010. Home renovation, there's like a whole huge home renovation folder, and it seems to be a series of companies that were hired to build the lab that was in the garage of his house. And it looks like almost all of the companies were paid with cashier's checks and wire deposits from a Grand Cayman's bank for a kind of account that has the company's name is Potentia Holdings LLC. There was one that was like for 80K, one that was for 100K. There was like an HVAC system as well that looked to be like Pacific Northwest. A lot of them were just local companies. There was one that was non-local, and then you think that might be the laboratory cabinet, and that was kind of shipped from Pennsylvania. But yeah, you have Potential Holdings LLC. And the last thing you get from digging just through his laptop here is there's a bunch of scanned paperwork with patent files for something called anti-ABD. So he seems to hold a patent on it. You also notice that like in that same kind of folder, in addition to the patent paperwork, you can see that he has been kind of tracking income that he was getting from it. Apparently he had this for a while, but eventually sold the patent to Merck, big pharma company, for a lump sum payment of $18.8 million, and that was like about 10 years ago. That's pretty much everything on his laptop. All right, so we'll kick it back over then as you digest some of that. I'm sorry, one more thing. You did notice one thing that was a little bit different. In all of those accounts, those cashier's checks that were paying for all the garage stuff, there was one thing that was different. There was one anomaly, and that was a check that was actually not sent from that Grand Cayman's account, but it was sent from an attorney, apparently someone by the name of Aaron Silverman. And like you have like this documentation from the company that it was sent to, that there was some kind of work stoppage. But as you start reading like the saved emails, it had to do with some kind of mixed up invoices. And so like there's all these different scanned receipts. And so at some point an invoice got mixed up, the company didn't get paid, they stopped doing work. And then a check was personally cut from someone named Aaron Silverman to pay for it.
Cool.
Okay, forensic accounting done. Let's kick it back over to the hospital where Stone and Brown just went inside. What are you doing?
So you said we located the name on the floor.
Yeah, easy. We'll say he's on the 3rd floor.
All right, I will suggest we take the stairs up to the 3rd floor.
Yeah, you go on the stair. Yeah, you head over to the stairs. You hear like the dings of the elevators. You look around. It's like, there's nurses and orderlies, doctors. There's other people kind of getting on and off. You see like, flower delivery happening as they're popping on as well. Big old vase of like flowers and things. And you just kind of walk past all of that, ignore like the little intersection area where that is. Just go up the stairs, no problem. A couple people are on the stairs, but no one pays you any mind. And you move on up. You get on the 3rd floor. When you get out of the 3rd floor, like you're in it doesn't look like it's an active wing. This is like a research wing. And so in front of you, you see one of those kind of frosted glass doors, and right next to it is a key card swipe. And so you know that his office is behind that area.
Yeah.
Well, Brown, I hope you're good with this kind of stuff because my neck of the woods, we usually use det cord to get past a door. That's gonna fly here.
What will we use for this?
We know what-
For do you have like microelectronics or anything like
Not
that?
at all. No.
Oh,
Do-
I do.
Of course you do. C4. Yeah, Jeremy.
C4 definitely would work here.
I have
It's definitely would
electrician
work.
and microelectronics.
So it's sealed door, no window, no nothing, and key entry.
Well, I'm sure there's windows, third floor, but you could probably get into windows. You do know that there's like you're right up here. Like there's a landing area for the stairs, for the elevator. There's a couple different ways that the floor goes, but to get specifically into the wing, the research wing, where Dr. Duncan Raleigh has his office, there is a keyed entry area.
Listen, Brown, we're both federal agents in real life. Let's just go down to the information desk, have somebody escort here to the third floor. We're investigating the connection between Rob and the domestic terrorist, and we'll get in that way. If we find her there, we arrest her, take her out of the hospital.
I'd rather not leave a trail that we were here.
Well, I don't know about you, but my identity is backstopped, but it sure as hell isn't who I am, so they already got us on camera. It's not like they can't put two and two together.
Fine.
I was at the medical examiners. They know I'm a Fed, so.
Fine, let's go.
Okay,
So
head
go
back down.
the-
Yeah, you get back down to the lobby, and you can also find like up here there are kind of nurses stations and things too. So you can always go by those nurses. So if you want to go back down the lobby, you can. You can hit a nursing station up here if you want as well. That seemed to be like that.
Yeah, let's stop there. Sorry.
Yeah.
Pardon me, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
My
What can I do
name's
for you?
Agent Stone. He shows him his ID. Listen, we know that there's a Dr. Duncan Raleigh, whose office is up here on the third floor. I don't know if you've seen the news lately, but some concerns that his wife may have been kidnapped or involved in some issues, and we need to take a look at Dr. Raleigh's office.
And can I say that badge one more time?
Shows it to her.
Okay. So what kind of badge do you have? Like, what does it actually say on it?
It would be a Defense Intelligence Agency badge. It would say Defense Intelligence Agency, Army Intelligence Activity.
It's like she looks at it for a second, does kind of a double take.
Well,
Okay.
you probably watched the TV show NCIS. We're kind of
I
the same
love
thing.
NCIS.
We're kind
Oh
of the
my
same
gosh.
thing for the Army, though. For the Army.
So you're not like ACIS?
No, that just
No,
no.
doesn't have the same ring, I guess.
Doesn't have the same ring, really.
Okay.
We used to be
Um,
something different. They change our names every few years because it's the government. What else are they going to do? But
Right. Okay. Well, I guess. Sure.
I mean, you're welcome to stay with us. We're just running down all the leads that we have, and his name is next on the list.
Right. Okay. I can take you there. But okay. Yeah. Do you have I think you're gonna need like a warrant or something to take anything. There's a lot of patient files.
We're not taking anything. We're not taking anything. We're just trying to we're trying to determine whether or not Dr. Raleigh's wife has attempted to contact him or may be attempting, even as we speak, to contact him. There's some indication that may happen. And if so, we want to make sure that his office is locked down.
Okay. Sure. I can. Yeah. Sure. Okay. Brenda, can you watch the desk for a minute as she kind of gets up? She's like, where am I? Yeah, okay. And she picks up her little key card, kind of puts it onto her waist. She's like, follow me. Okay. Like, NCIS. Oh gosh, my sister is not gonna believe this. I met somebody who's part of the real NCIS. She's just kind of talking the whole way. They're talking to her. Hasn't paid attention to Brown whatsoever. He just kind of blends into the shadows somehow, just like it's an innate ability. She goes up to the glass door, throws the key card, opens up, and that's when you see, like in the middle of the hallway, like walking away and like towards where you all are at, walking away from looks like an office, you see Lucy Raleigh in handcuffs, flanked by 2 police officers, like just normal uniform police officers walking right at you.
So are these guys Seattle PD or are they?
Yeah.
Are they like rent-a-cops that work for the
no.
hospital, or what are they?
No, they're Seattle PD. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, we're not getting her back. So I go, well, I turned to the nurse. I said, well, thank you so much for escorting us, but it looks like Seattle PD beat us to the punch.
Okay. I didn't realize. I thought NCIS outranked them or something.
Well, it'll be a jurisdictional issue, but I mean, she's already in cuffs, so we don't have to worry about trying to take her into custody at least. So I do appreciate your help. We'll talk to these gentlemen.
Okay. Well, all right. And bye. It was nice meeting you. And
You too.
So the cops come up.
He looks
Raleigh.
up.
You see the 2 of them too, by the way. As you start, as you're cutting
Brown real quick before the cops get close. I'm like, it's on you, man.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks. All right. All right, so we'll be we'll just be staying in the hallway, kind of blocking their path as they come at us.
And they come up. Raleigh, you're right there. I'm not sure if you're saying anything along the way, but I didn't think you were going to be able to find a way to elude 2 cops at that point. Like they were going to put you in cuffs, one or the other.
Oh, do I still have my bag, or do they have my bag?
That's a good question. Yeah, we'll say that the bag is kind of slung over one of the cops' shoulders right now.
All right. So as we get closer to Brown and Stone, I'm going to be like, Are you guys feds? These guys don't believe me. There's a biohazard in my bag.
You said this is to Brown and Stone.
Yep.
Yes. Ma'am, you need to be quiet.
Oh, yeah, we read her rights. She doesn't really understand the whole "you can stay silent" thing. One of them just kind of chuckles, like, "Sure wish she would pay attention to that one."
You
Oh
have
goodness.
no idea. There's bioweapons in my bag.
Right. We got it. Valium, bioweapons. We get it. Okay. Oxycontin, sure.
Brown says, "Gentlemen, this is a little over your pay grade. I'm sure you're aware about the tape that's been released. They've called us in. Yeah. We're taking over this investigation. We now have jurisdiction. We're going to need to take her away and that bag of hers. And I'll flash my identification."
Okay. What does your identification say, Matt?
CIA.
He takes a look at it. It's like, he kind of looks over at his partner, and he kind of looks back at and he just drops the bag. Like, shit, are you? Wait a second. That wasn't a fake, that video?
No, it wasn't a fucking fake. Jeez, here I am talking. I'm telling you everything about what's happened to me, and you don't believe me. You just say, "Oh, yeah, you can be quiet if you want. Anything you can, and say will be used against you," and so forth and so forth. Jeez.
Ma'am,
oh my god.
Ma'am, you need to be quiet.
Oh my god.
Officers, you're going to be debriefed after this, okay? Expect a call, and you'll be debriefed on this whole situation.
I need to contact my CO about this. Let's just hang tight really quick, sir. He kind of looks at it, very respectful, but he's like, I got to cover your ass moment here. And he goes to his little mic on his chest. He's like, "1 second." As he steps away, the other guy is still kind of holding on. Her bag's laying on the ground. He kind of just instinctively dropped it.
So
yeah, I'm gonna look to Stone and look to the bag.
Stone pulls out a pair of latex gloves and puts them on. He looks at the cop. He goes, "I'm just gonna check the bag. There is some concern that there may be some sort of bioweapon, that she might have some sort of bioweapon. She's a complete nut job. I have no idea what she's been cooking up. So I'm just going to very, very gently check this bag so we know whether or not we need to run like hell, okay?"
Megan, would you have tried to tell them also about like this secret agency that you've been collected to, or is that only going to be? Would that be something she wouldn't have brought up in front of cops?
No, that's not something she would have said to the cops.
Okay, all right. So he'll just say like, yeah, she seems to not be playing with a full deck, and he's kind of like talking over. It's very disrespectful as he's just kind of like ignoring you. But I'll say, Brown, you can kind of overhear. It's like you can kind of overhear the other one who's calling in. It's like, Lieutenant, I know this is gonna sound great. We got a CIA agent here who is requesting custody takeover of Lucy Raleigh. We just put her in custody. We got called in, from the guy. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no problem. I'll get him on the horn. 1 sec. And so at that point, he kind of hangs up on his thing and he pulls out the phone. He's like, Agent, over towards Mr. Brown. Agent, I didn't catch your name.
Walters.
Agent Walters. Yeah. If you don't mind, I need you to talk to my CO here for a second. Just 1 second. He's like, and so he kind of goes through this whole motion, gets his CO on the line, hands the phone over to you, and he's like, yeah, can you just take the phone? Just kind of hands it over. He's confused. It's like not every day that a CIA agent takes someone out of custody from him.
At that point, Stone looks up the bag, and he says out in a very, very authoritative voice, "We've got a hot zone. Clear the floor." And you see him backing up from the bag.
Oh my God!
What the?
Move! It's a biohazard. Move! I don't know if it's contained.
One of them instinctively reaches for his gun for some reason. What?
We need hazmat up here immediately. Clear the floor.
Gentlemen, get out of here now.
Matt, what's your persuasion at?
It is at 70.
Okay. The lieutenant gets on the line. The guys are ready to leave, but they're kind of waiting, to kind of you see them lingering. But you got the phone and you hear the voice of the captain, and she's just saying, it's like, who are you? Who is this? What's your name again? What's your
Agent Walters? I'm with the CIA. This has gotten bigger than any of us have expected.
What is your supervisor's name and contact information, please, so I can verify this?
Supervisors? Listen, we've got a situation here. There's a biohazard threat. I'm gonna let you go before my life's in danger and the others whose lives are on this floor. Your officers have done a great job, and I want to get them out of here alive as well. I'm just gonna hang up.
She keeps talking, but you hang up the phone. Okay. Your persuasion's pretty high. Go ahead and roll persuasion. See if you can kind of get these. Oh
my God. Oh, we suck so bad.
Oh my God. What is with
100.
this? What is with this? Does Matt have a reroll for this? Oh my God.
I can buy myself one.
Matt, do not buy yourself.
You can't buy yourself a reroll.
What?
I can give myself a reroll.
Hey, somebody please buy me a reroll.
Oh my God.
It can't get worse than a 100 critical failure.
That's
going
rough.
twice.
That's rough.
Okay.
It's tough.
There's the delay. It just popped up on the stream.
Oh,
Captain doesn't have the points.
It's a delay. Okay. So you start barking orders. Ashley, it is. I don't even know. I don't have this.
1,500.
Ashley's just throwing bits.
All right. We'll take the bits. Okay, we'll take the bits. Go ahead, Matt. You can reroll it.
All right. Thank you, Ashley.
Oh,
still fucking. It's not a critical. It's not a critical.
It's not a critical. It's not a critical. They're like, okay. Hey, listen. Okay. We can. So here. And they're all they're kind of panicking a little bit. What the fuck's a hot zone? What the fuck is a hot zone? What is a hot zone, sir? What is a hot zone? Is there what kind of are we contaminated or something? What the hell's going on?
A hot zone is a potential bioweapon identified. There's no indication that it's been compromised, but we know, so we need to pull back. You cannot leave the hospital. You need to be quarantined until they can figure out what the hell is in that bag.
Okay. We're gonna take Dr. Raleigh. We're gonna was an office right here. We're going to keep her in the office. You do what you got to do, but we're going to be in the office and we're going to wait for whatever. And so they kind of grab her by the arm.
And as you do that, I'm also like, and fall over and start twitching.
Oh my gosh. What is going on? Okay.
Oh no.
Do you have any
Acting.
kind of
Roll
like
acting?
special acting, or do you have like an acting skill or anything there, Megan? Like
No,
art, acting, performance?
no, I do not.
Okay.
I have survival.
Well, she's a doctor, so if anybody would know how to fake a medical emergency,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm throwing stuff
I'll say
at the
this.
wall.
roll disguise, but I do think Aaron makes a good point. You could take plus 20 because you would maybe know how to like simulate proper seizing or something like that. So you disguise with plus 20.
Oh man.
They're like, this is now is not the time for this. And they just start kind of dragging you across the floor. Now is not the time. Ma'am, what are you doing? Get up. We can. Oh God! And then they start dragging her back to the office. Brownstone, what do you do with that now?
We have the bag. You don't grab the bag.
I got the bag. So that's what I was trying to get, is the bag.
You do, in fact, have the bag. Yes, you do. I just rolled a little 50-50 to see if they noticed it on their way out. They did not notice that you took the bag.
Let's look at Stone. Do we get out of here? Should we leave?
I think we got to pull out. We got to pull out, and somebody will have to deal with her later. We've got the evidence. That's what we really need.
All right, let's go.
Okay. All
So
right.
we now we go into the stealth of trying to get out of the hospital quietly.
Can we roll
with the
stealth?
bag.
Jeff?
Sure.
Oh,
You
that's not-
absolutely can roll stuff. Yeah.
That's going to be very bad for me, but let's see.
I did it.
Ooh. Oh.
I did not.
Okay. Sure. That
I
doesn't
hand the
necessarily mean
bag-
you don't get out. Yeah, it doesn't. All the failed stealth is going to be. I mean, I'm going to roll alertness and stuff on my end for certain things, and so like it's possible I could roll worse than you. It's also possible like a failed stealth roll just might mean someone catches you on camera or something like that. It doesn't necessarily mean they stop you or anything like that. But yeah, you start working your way out. Yeah, I think you're going the same way I was going. Definitely NCIS guy might come up later. I'm just gonna write that down with a circle.
That's okay.
Okay.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Ken.
you guys.
Seattle
you guys get
NCIS, the guys in the Seattle NCIS office are really cool, so they love to talk to people. So
Okay. You make it out of the floor. You hear like people kind of moving and sort of rushing around as like you were shouting like, and it's at night, and this was sort of like a research area. It wasn't necessarily an active wing, and so you were kind of fortunate in the sense that this wasn't like active patients in the area. So like, it doesn't look like I rolled a roll, and it doesn't look like anyone's kind of coming. It's just sort of like the cops that sort of pulled her off. But you make it out of the hospital, as far as you know, unseen, with the bag of evidence, but without Dr. Raleigh.
All right, it's time for us to walk to wherever Dart is nearby and go meet up with him.
So you meet up with Dart.
So Brown, Dart, what the hell is what's the con ops for dealing with Raleigh at this point? Because we're way outside of my wheelhouse.
I mean, I don't think there's a nice way to say it. I don't think she's necessarily gonna get taken out. I think she's gonna go to a padded room somewhere.
I mean, are there
said
people
too
that
much. She
are there
said too
people
much.
who can make sure that she disappears, or are
That's-
we going to be the ones to have to make sure she disappears? That's what I'm asking. Are we taking her to Guantanamo, or is somebody
It's
else
up to
taking her
us.
to Guantanamo?
She's our liability. This is our mission. It's up to us to make her go away.
Well, then we've got to get her between here and the police station. Once she's in lockup, we're not breaking her out of jail. I don't care what you see in the movies. That's not happening. If we're going to get her, it's got to be between the hospital and the police station, preferably before they get her in the car, because those cars are tanks.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we can mess with the car.
Well, they're
Fair.
patrol officers. They must have come in a marked vehicle. So
Rex, go ahead and roll. Your alertness is pretty high, but roll it anyway, and we'll see if you maybe picked up on any like where any like these marked vehicles might have gone.
Oh my god!
What the hell? Why? Oh my gosh!
So many critical failures.
oh,
What is
Lord.
happening?
We are fifth one.
Oh my god, the dice hate us so much.
You have a second. You said you had a second reroll though, but
I should. I
well,
will.
You said you had two, so that's fine.
I
Oh
will,
my
just because I
gosh.
want something to go right. Ah! Come on!
I won.
I missed
You
it by
failed.
one.
What is happening? Okay.
So we had people with 8% on their last
Yeah.
skill checks roll 4 times and fail 4 times.
And Evan at like 75 failed his first computer science. Oh my god. Okay. I'll say this, it's not that bad. 81's pretty close. You did notice more than one marked vehicle. So you know where their marked vehicles are. There's more than one, and so it's hard to deduce which one might be the office that are inside. So that's the failure. You know where it's at, you just don't know which one's which. Let's go back to Ryder for a second. Ryder, do you want to do anything more? You've been here for probably about an hour by yourself, going through these hard drives, switching out and kind of going through their material. Interesting accounting stuff, some interesting details on Greaves, some social media stuff on Griffin. You haven't really I don't think you've heard from anybody in a while, like how it went.
Yeah, I think he would be, taking a little break from that, and he's looking at his phone, and he's looking at
he probably sees text. Raleigh compromised. Raleigh custody. Raleigh lost.
he just kind of like ignores the messages, and he's like looking at restaurants nearby, and he's like, all right, second date, Applebee's wasn't so good, where could I go? And then he's probably I want to try to see if he can like kind of either Google foo his way into trying connecting the dots between these people, like the lawyer, the shell company, and the Griffin himself, like trying to see like how these people would be connected. Like, how did this patent sell for this? What is this patent for? Like, try and connect some of the information he got and try and see why they're connected.
Okay. So this is going to take a while. So this is probably going to take up the rest of your night. You might even head back to the hotel at some point and just kind of continue there.
Yeah. That's fine.
But yeah, so you start digging into Potentia Holdings, which is like one of the two names that you kind of gleaned from. Like, there's a couple other businesses here and there that you check into. A lot of them are local contractors and things. None of them really stand out, and they all check out really, really quickly. But this LLC is a little trickier. But it takes a couple hours, really, and it's not just Google foo. It's like you're actually pulling out sort of more difficult or kind of more advanced search, kind of search criteria and such. But you discover that it's an LLC that runs that has an actual, its address is associated with a post office box in Washington, D.C., and it was established in 2007. And one of the things you notice, and this is probably like 2:00 in the morning or so, when you kind of have a eureka moment, where it's got one single listed employee name, and it's Aaron Silverman, who's listed as the president. Kind of dig into him a little bit more, and from what you can tell, his annual salary is $1, but he has a tendency to files like paperwork like clockwork, despite the fact that his salary is only $1. You said your accounting's 45, is that right?
51.
51. Okay. Two other things I can give you then. So as you're kind of digging through their holdings, digging through the info, the operating capital of Potentia is about $300 million per year. And as you're digging through where that money is spent, most of it seems to be spent on real estate for personal services. And there's a bunch of line items on some of their paperwork for security, transportation, and rentals. It looks like there's a bunch of buildings, vehicles, equipment, and storage facilities that they own throughout the entire U.S. And they have a bunch of like offshore facilities in the Bahamas, Grand Caymans. India is another one they have listed. And then another thing you notice is as you're reading between the lines, like your accounting, your accounting skills helping you out here, as you're reading between the lines, and you can see that this is a fairly unusual company structure. And it looks like the name Aaron Silverman also corresponds to a line item that's paid out yearly to a DC law firm by the name of Marcus Silverman and Green. And it apparently the single largest payout for personnel, that line item personnel, goes to someone by the name of Robert Justin Ortega. Do you have military science?
Let me check my skills. It's not looking good here. I have foreign language French.
Okay.
No, I have electrician, microelectronics,
Okay.
mathematics.
Go ahead then. So then you're gonna have to do a roll then. So go ahead and do, just go ahead and do like intelligence times 5.
Intelligence times 5. So just click the skill, right?
Yeah, just click the skill and it will roll for you.
Ooh.
Nice.
Okay. So the name the name seems familiar to you, but you're not really sure necessarily why at first. You start kind of doing some Google full. It's a lot easier to figure this one out. And apparently he's like this, he's a kind of a young CEO, almost like a kind of a young Elon Musk type as you're kind of digging into it. And he seems to be a CEO of a company called Ansile Inc. And apparently there's like kind of the big conversations surrounding him in like kind of Washington circles and military circles is that his company is apparently working on like a really big item called Titanic Weave, which is a certain type of technology that's supposed to be like a replacement for Kevlar. It's something that's even better. Let's see. Yeah, and that's all you really get about him. But he's got basically military contracts through his Ansile company. And all this is somehow kind of tied and filtered back towards like the Greaves's funds, and somehow like all of it's somehow connected, but all of that kind of tracks. But eventually, like that's where the trail seems to end, is at this guy. All right,
I solved it.
We'll kick back over. Raleigh, you are dragged into an office, your husband's office. Look around, there's a couple pictures of you and him here and there. You've got these two cops. One of them is on the phone right now. Like you can overhear, he's getting yelled at by his his commanding officer. But they said it's a hot zone. Something about it's like a freaking, I don't know. They're good. Like they got like the hospital on lockdown or something. And the other guy is just kind of keeping an eye on you. Is there anything you want to try to do?
Like what is my husband's office look like? Like, is it just a desk? Is there a computer?
Yeah, we'll say a floating desk. We'll say like the behind the desk, behind where the chair would be, there's like, there's a couple bookshelves and stuff, got medical journals and things here and there. Computer easily, no problem. And we'll say there's a couple like cushioned chairs here and there on the opposite side of the desk. Probably one of those in which you're sitting in currently.
Fair enough. I'm gonna say, hey, anybody have a Tylenol?
Ma'am, no, we don't have a. We don't. If we had a Tylenol, I would have taken like 10 by now.
If you look in the top left drawer of my husband's desk, he should have a vial of Tylenol.
Okay, fine. I'll get you Tylenol. He goes around, pulls out the drawer.
The second syringe murder.
She trapped the drawer. Okay, so he pulls out a bottle. He's like, okay, yeah. All right, sure. And he kind of opens it up. I don't got any water. You're not getting any water. And so he just kind of puts 2 in and just puts them in your hands. He's got you. You're like, you've got the handcuffs on in front of you, and he's like, just drops them into your hands.
Okay, I'll take them. and be like,
Okay.
you guys are gonna wanna like not interact with people for a little while. I'm just saying, when somebody says there's a biohazard in a bag, you should listen to them. I'm just saying.
We're in here, aren't we? We're getting confirmation, aren't we? Okay.
So like, oh shoot. No. I was
Probably
like,
cracks me up, man.
You should listen to me. Wait, no, listen to me.
listen to my mind. So no, like, what are we gonna do? Are we just gonna sit in this office waiting for your superiors to like chew you another one? Like, are you?
Oh no, it's Officer Francis is getting the chew out. I'm here. I don't know which one of us has it worse right now. Part of me would rather be getting chewed out by my lieutenant. Okay, no offense, ma'am, but
I'm taken.
I think you're crazy. It's okay. It's all right. There's places for people like you. I don't know. You're like, do you want attention? Like, is it like your husband not giving you enough attention? Is that what this is? It's just like a cry for help or something? You fake being kidnapped or whatever it is?
Have you ever been kidnapped? Have you ever been held at gunpoint?
No, I have not been kidnapped. Yes, I've had a gun drawn on me. I'm a cop in Seattle.
But like, I was trapped. There was nowhere for me to go. I was forced to do things. Ugly, dirty thing.
Uh-huh. Sure. Yeah. Just like show you. Like what? What kind of things?
What kind of thing? Did the video get out?
Yeah, it's been playing. We saw it.
Thank goodness. I just wanted to let you know that they didn't want to do it. They didn't want to send it out, but it was me. I said, no, you have to let the people know what you assholes are doing.
Right. Yeah, you're a hero. You're a hero in all this, Doc. You're a hero. We'll put that in the report.
Fair enough.
Okay. All right. Sure. Who was they, by the way? Who is this they you keep referring to?
What were they? The Northwestern Alliance or something like that. I don't know.
The NWA, huh? Okay. All right. Sure. Northwestern Alliance. Yep.
Well, it's not like they're like, hey, I'm Bob Johnson. They're gentlemen in like, yeah. I don't know.
You've really just snapped, haven't you? Look at you. You just. Oh man. I didn't realize working in the CDC. It's got to be tough. It's got to be difficult. You might want to just do the remain silent thing. It's probably for your own good. Your attorney's probably going to want to talk to you and everything. I don't know what kind of charges you're facing. I don't know. That's not for me to determine. But yeah, you might want to just keep it down. And you hear the other guy hanging in front. Those fuckers. I think we just got lied to. Yeah, the lieutenant called the hospital. There's no alert. Who the fuck were those guys? And so they're just kind of like, what do you mean, who the fuck were those guys? It was CIA. I saw the fucking badge. It was CIA, for Christ's sake. And so they're just arguing in front of you, Raleigh.
Just gonna start to maniacally laugh.
All right. That's it. Let's take her. Let's fucking book her. I am so done with this night. And so they kind of just pick you up and they start leading you out of the hospital at this point.
Oh, what is happening?
Rex and Mr. Brown and Stone, you're outside the hospital. What do you want to do?
We're just gonna start filling all the cop cars with bullet holes. We're just gonna start shooting them all. No, I'm kidding.
You said it.
No.
You said it.
See, we're letting the air out of the tires with our guns. No.
Wow.
So before we do anything, Stone would look around to see what the security camera coverage is for the parking lot around where the police cars are.
What's your alertness rating?
70.
Yeah, you think that there's one camera that's got them covered. there's two cars are parked kind of next to one another. So definitely the one behind the first is a little bit more obscured, but yeah, you're pretty sure that camera is going to hit them both. But the parking lot area here, it's just offset from where the kind of the main entrance is. It's not in a parking space per se, but it's kind of like in a service area where they've just sort of parked. So it's not regular. There's not regular foot traffic for people coming and going from the parking lot. Plus, it's late at night.
Now, we're not going to be able to just let the air out of those tires. We could knife them, but they may have run flats, may not really inconvenience them all that much. And whoever does it's going to be on camera. So they need to be disguised as somebody else. And that is not my forte. Mr. Brown. He pulls out his K-bar and hands it to Brown.
He just like looks at it and just doesn't touch. He's like, this is not my forte either. And just looks at Dart. Big old Dart.
I mean, I'm disguised.
Yeah.
All right. Well, he puts his K-bar back. He's like, I'm sure you got your own blade on you, Dart.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, no.
I assume we don't want to take that camera out. We want to just leave it be.
How high is the camera? Jeff,
maybe 10 feet on the wall. It's like it's underneath kind of an underhang. You can see it just kind of sticking out. Yeah, maybe 10 feet up.
Well, I don't know about you, but my pistol's not silenced, so we take that camera out, everybody's going to know we're here.
Well, I was just going to use a big rock or something. Like, look for something heavy. It's a bizarre callback.
You just see the camera and him like getting closer to it.
Do in fact find a big rock nearby though, Dart. It's definitely there. It's 10 feet up though, so you're gonna have to get on someone's shoulders, but it could totally work.
Oh my god.
Dart, I think just
3 Delta Green agents in a trench coat approach.
Yeah.
They will never know it's us.
All right. Just gonna do it.
You're gonna break
You're
the
just gonna
camera?
do it. You don't care whether you're on camera. You're just gonna kind of go up and just kind of chuck a rock at it.
Well, that's what I was asking. Is there a way I could chuck the rock from a way that's not in view of it?
Like get underneath it and then like throw it up kind of thing?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to ask. If it's not viable and we're just going to move quickly, then I'll just move quickly and
No. If it sounds like a stealth roll. So just go ahead and do a stealth roll, and just go and do a stealth. And take +20 because someone spotted the camera at first and everything, so you can kind of just take +20 to it, but roll stealth +20.
Okay, so I'm at 90. I can succeed at something.
There we go. Okay, I was ready for the 99.
I was too. I was really paranoid.
So you get to a kind of a blind spot, and you get this big hunk of rock. You just throw it up there. You hit it. The base of the camera just snaps, and you see it just kind of dangling there. Some of its cords still connected, but it certainly isn't. It's definitely not pointing in the direction of the camera or in the direction of the cop cars anymore.
All right. And then as soon as that happens, I'm not going to waste any time. I'm just going to go around and go for the tires.
Okay. You're going to start trying to let the air out of the tires with do you have a knife or something?
Yeah, I've got a combat knife, and or if there's anything that just my general knowledge of cars would help me with another way to disable them, but probably the tires is the most immediately available thing to do.
Right.
These things are going to be tough.
That's fine.
While he's doing
Good.
this, Stone turns to Brown. He's like, do you have any non-lethal methods of taking these police officers down to the ground without getting our identities busted? I don't have a taser on me. They do, but I don't.
No, I don't have any such devices on me.
All right.
Okay. You're able to. I'm gonna say I'm not gonna make you roll. You disable the vehicles. You have the time. What were you gonna say, Matt?
I don't know. I don't know. We're gonna see this place out.
This is just going so far afield. Okay. I assume everyone. Are you guys hiding
Yes.
waiting to
We're,
jump them
in the
as they come out?
watching, we're hiding.
God.
Oh my.
Okay.
I'll send a text message.
Ridiculous. Right.
How's it
Phone starts
going?
ringing.
Raleigh's in custody.
We're accounting stuff.
Oh, shit.
Okay. after about 25 minutes, you see them start coming out, and they're like yelling at each other over top of Raleigh. Like they're like, no, it's gonna be your fucking ass. It's not gonna be my fucking ass. It's gonna be your fucking ass. Like, and then they're kind of just blaming each other for it. But you see them come up. They get up to their cars. You see one of them is unlocking is like opening up the door to get ready to put Raleigh in the back. What do you guys do? They don't notice you. I legitimately just rolled under your stealth. So what do you guys do here?
So you go right.
I think Dart, you go up behind one, I'll go up behind the other, directly behind them since they don't see us. I'm gonna put the I'll put my Sig P320 right to the back of the guy's head and hold his collar forward. You do the same thing so they can't turn their head. And then Brown, you grab Raleigh. You get her out, and then we'll exfil.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So they don't see you yet because I didn't roll alert. The alert was bad. And so both of you, Dart, Stone, you spring out from the shadows.
Bad.
You get up behind. Each one of you picks a cop. You get up behind. You grab them by the collar, like you said, and you hold a gun. And they're like, and you see they immediately kind of stiffen at that point. Their hands just kind of go stiff. What do you say?
You can go home tonight. She belongs to us. Take out your taser and shoot yourself, or I'll shoot you.
What he said.
With your right hand, move slow and do it.
Holy shit. Roll persuasion. I'm scared now. Like, I want to tase myself personally. Like, I believe you.
Any plus to that persuasion roll?
It was so threatening, and there's two of you, and you've got them both at the same time. Okay, take plus 20. Go ahead. That's fine. You could do this, Aaron.
Please.
Oh my god! Oh my god! What the hell?
Aaron needs a reroll now. Please,
oh my
chat.
God.
No, let it happen.
Chat.
It's great.
Please.
How can this be?
We've literally failed critically failed almost every roll we've attempted.
Unbelievable.
Especially like the really important ones.
Unbelievable.
Oh my
That
God.
is awesome.
Agent Stone, he freezes. You say what you say, and then you feel him, like the muscles in his neck, as he tries to sort of shift to kind of reach back. What do you do? Like you got the jump on him, but you can see he's not listening to you, and he's trying to do kind of some kind of move to sort of throw you off.
Stone size, and then shoots him behind his right knee, blows out his knee from behind.
Okay.
That has to be loud as shit.
Yeah.
Sig P320 is not that bad, but yeah, I mean, we're definitely going to be running as soon as.
Yeah, roll your attack plus 20 because you're right in point blank.
Ow.
And does your gun have a lethality rating at all?
No.
I think that's only the high.
Let me double check. I don't think it does.
I don't think it does. I don't think any of the
No. It's just
pistols do.
It's just a D10.
Dart, are you following suit and shooting the police officer?
I was initially just gonna put mine in a chokehold. Oh man.
All right.
Okay.
That worked.
Bang.
Roll your damage.
That should send him into shock.
Oh!
Wow.
He might be
Oh,
dead.
no, did you kill him?
How much damage?
10.
10?
You aim down, like as he's moving, and you shoot him right in his leg explodes just from behind, just explodes, and you see just absolute paint spread of blood against the door of the car, and he screams out, falls forward, smashes himself against the door, and falls unconscious to the ground.
Well, I turned to look at his partner. You've got 10 seconds to tourniquet his leg or he's dead, and we're leaving. And then he runs.
Well, as the
Rex,
shot goes off, I'm grabbing Raleigh
right.
and saying, just like, get the fuck out of here, let's go.
Okay. So Rex, while that was happening, this is all simultaneous now. So before Stone tells you what to do, what is Rex doing?
Like my knee-jerk reaction was initially going to be to try and just use my raw strength to hold them in place and actually shock them myself. Like instead of having them shock
you
themselves.
Want to get him, you want to like basically grapple him and like get him in.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what my knee-jerk reaction would have been.
Yeah, then just roll unarmed. That's fine.
Yeah. Okay. I thought about that, but my unarmed combat's not that great.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. You have him. So like you right now, you have he's completely caught. He's immovable. There's no way he's breaking out of this on this turn, and that's when the gun goes off, and the leg explodes. The cop falls to the ground. There's blood across the door of this cop car. And
oh my God, I'm going to disarm you. And you're going to save his life. Do you understand me?
What the fuck is you?
I'm going to disarm you and you're going to save his life. Do you understand me? Okay.
Move.
Yeah. And that's...
You're in so much fucking shit for this. I swear to fucking God, if I ever find you. He's just like getting all threatening, but you can see he's tensing up. He doesn't give you a yes or a no, though.
All right. I'm going to take the weapon. And then take the taser. Yeah, of course I am.
Good.
I'm going to take his gun. I'm going to take his taser. Save him. Move fast.
You let him go? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. All right. He turns around. He sees you. And you can see like he's got like hatred in his face. And he just says, I'm gonna fucking find you. As he kneels down and he starts tourniqueting, basically. He's like kind of ripping, like doing the classic rip, like undoing the overcoat, like ripping something off just to try to tie something around the leg. As his partner is literally unconscious and bleeding. You don't even know if he's dead. He could be dead, could be unconscious, he could be bleeding out. You're not sure. I'll say, Stone, you specifically said you were running away, so I'll say he sees you running, but he doesn't see your face. Brown will say the same thing. He sees you, but he sees you dragging Raleigh away, but I'll say he doesn't see your face. Whether or not he recognizes the two of you from behind, because he did meet you upstairs, that'll be a roll I'll do at some other point, probably. But at that point, he kneels down and he looks up at you. Can I call this in?
I'm going to take the other cop's gun. Yes. And I'm going to book it.
Okay.
Because I don't want to get shot in the back.
Yeah, and so you hear him start calling in, like, officer down, and then he's like shouting like back to the hospital, because we're right outside a hospital, so he's like shouting stuff like that. So at this point, but you guys run.
Oh my God.
Okay.
The worst part is, I think if the other people I was concerned about are here, we just gave them an easy ticket into the hospital.
Oh, we didn't even.
Yeah.
I know.
You didn't even do what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, we just got Raleigh.
I know.
Sorry, guys. Jeez.
Sorry. Whoopsie.
We just need to go to Montana.
What was the saying?
Oh my God.
Poor Evan Wells.
Just super bubble gum tonight.
Super
Super
bubble
bubble
gum.
gum.
Super bubble gum. Just for the super bubble gum.
Oh my God.
Oh Lord.
Okay.
Have mercy.
You guys run. You pile in to your vehicle, and you drive away, not necessarily knowing what's going on back by the car. Where are you driving?
I'm backseat with Dr. Raleigh to have a candid discussion.
Okay, let's hear that candid discussion.
Absolutely.
Dr. Raleigh, I've known you for 2 days. In those 2 days, you've murdered an innocent man, and you just put me in a position where I had to shoot a police officer to get you out of custody. At this point, I consider you an enemy and a threat to the security of this country. I strongly hope you have some explanation that is going to prevent me from killing you before this car stops, because at the moment, I'm fairly certain you're dead already.
As he's driving. You know what, Stone? This time I got nothing. You know what? I thought I could count on my husband to come through, and you know what? I fucked up. So I was thinking we got to get back, and you guys, we have to talk with this victim, right? What can I do to draw attention away from the hospital for you guys?
I don't think we're in that position at this point. I think we're all compromised as 3 men who literally had to get your bag away from 2 police and then get you away. So we're out of luck. And Ryder is on a date with a medical examiner and not answering his phone. So I don't think we're going to get in to see Evelyn Wells. I think she's a lost cause too. The bodies of the medical examiner are a lost cause. I honestly think you're working against us.
That's 2 dead ends, Raleigh, and you're the common denominator in both of them.
What am I trying to tell you? I'm trying to tell you I fucked up. So how can I use me? I can't go home. I don't have a husband.
Did you call your husband and tell him about the organization?
I called to talk to my husband about perhaps helping us in getting the tests on the.
What else have you told your husband, Dr. Raleigh?
To be honest, I can't remember. I was in a bit of a rage.
You mentioned the 10-armed creature too.
He's an asshole. We're estranged. You know what? Whatever. Just pull over, side of the road. I'll get out of the car, and I'll go crazy, and I'll make up some crazy story about, being off my medication and this, that, and the other, just as long as you guys promise me to get to Montana, get there, figure out what the heck this shit is, and fix it.
Brown. This is your circus, buddy.
Oh, I'm looking at my motivations right now. Okay. Pull over. Start. Is that who's driving? Or who's driving? Is Raleigh driving?
Yeah, I'm assuming I'm driving.
No, it's
Raleigh's
no
driving.
No, it's always
Raleigh.
Rex. Rex always drives. Yeah, it's an old thing.
You would
Yeah.
have to directly give me a good reason not to drive.
All right, pull over somewhere discreet.
Okay.
All right, Dr. Raleigh, get out.
I'd like to say it's been fun, gentlemen, but it really has not been. Swing it out.
Okay. You see her walking away.
No. Stone shoots her in the head.
Oh, I was gonna shoot her. All right, stop. We're all pulling our pistols out at the same time. I was gonna shoot her, but all right, if Stone's gonna beat me to the
Just
punch.
multiple gunshots.
Yes.
So, Megan, are you okay with this?
Yeah.
Or okay. I just want to
Sorry,
make sure.
Megan. Sorry.
Otherwise, we'd start rolling. But if you're okay with this, we'll just theatrically let this play out. Which one of you does it?
Stone, but he said he would do it.
Okay.
Okay, I was gonna say we could roll at the same time and see who hits. I don't know.
Okay. So she gets out. She takes like 2 steps. She's not looking at you, and then Stone, you put 2 in the back of her head really fast.
And then Stone
What do you?
looks like he's about to throw up. He pulls it together, completely wipes down the gun, pulls all the bullets out of the magazine, wipes them down, cleans out the barrel, drops the pistol right next to her body. And he's like, well, they'll be looking for a shooter. Same shooter took that police officer's leg. That gun doesn't connect back to me, so maybe that'll throw him off the scent a little. Once again, Brown, don't ever call me again.
Hey, I was gonna take care of this mess myself. You stepped up. You're a good agent.
No, I'm a good soldier in a shitty situation, and she was a liability.
Oh my god.
But she was still an American citizen, and I'm going to go to hell for that.
It's gonna be
I
crowded.
send a text message to the group. Hey guys, date I think went pretty well. You guys coming back soon?
Oh no.
Comes right as you're bending down, wiping the gun.
I'm like,
Comes in.
hospital a shit show, police officer shot, Raleigh executed. We're coming back to pick you up.
No, don't say that.
In code.
No.
I need both. I'm gonna say it's gonna be Brown and Stone. Actually, all three of you. Go ahead, roll sand.
Yes.
All right. I'm doing
That
motivations.
makes some pretty good
I'm doing what's
sense.
right, and I'm living up to expectations.
Yeah, I was following my
No,
patriotism thing too, but
I think it makes perfect sense.
Oh,
Okay.
Whoa.
guys are
Well, apparently we can
disgusting.
stay sane when we murder a teammate. That's the one thing we can do.
we all agree this is the right thing to do.
This is right to do. Stone and Forrester, neither of you take any sand damage. Brown, take 1 point
Okay.
of sand damage. So critical success, I'll say it's free and clear.
Not that
As
bad.
no guilty conscience over this. Like there's
Oh.
the greater good at stake. Okay. So what are we doing? So I just want to be clear. What are we doing with Raleigh's body? Are we leaving it on the side of the road?
Leaving
or are we
it.
taking it with you?
Leaving it.
Leave it.
Yeah, F in the chat for Raleigh. I'm gonna miss Raleigh. She
I am too.
Yeah,
I
a
love the
wonderful
character.
wild card.
She was
Oh.
the best.
Raleigh was the glue.
Oh my goodness. And then yeah, we have a backup for her though already. It's already
Well,
in place.
That's the only reason I did it, because she had already
Yeah.
said she had a cool backup
All right,
waiting
is
in the
that,
wings.
is that backup gonna meet me at Applebee's?
We'll say so do you all go back to
Yeah.
where Ryder is?
Yeah, let's circle
Okay.
back
yeah.
and get Ryder.
Yeah.
You circle back, you get Ryder. You probably get back 3:00 in the morning or so. Ryder, you finished up your various forensic accounting and stuff like that. You're probably, you're the Appletinis have long since worn off. But they arrive at the door. You see kind of grim faces, like frustration. I don't know, maybe a little bit of guilt on Rex's face. As what did the four of you do at this point?
Ryder.
Yeah.
Next time, maybe don't drop out of the middle of an op. We could have used you.
Whoa! Don't you try and pin this on me. You knew I had a date. I went out with Emmy. I was trying to get some information. Don't you? Not my fault.
Did you get any information?
She's got some kids. I learned that.
So you got nothing, and you left us high and dry. We had to put a bullet in Raleigh. We didn't get to the PI, and the hospital's completely
Don't you
compromised.
say shit to me. And he throws a folder with all the information he found, and it's like pretty deep and thorough. He's like, "Hey, I
Oh.
would have shot her too. I was just waiting for the moment."
All right, I grab the
Jeez.
folder and say, let's get out of here.
Let's just
Okay.
move.
And where do you all head?
Are we going
Montana,
ways?
get the fuck out of here.
Okay.
What? Road trip.
We definitely have to leave the state. Yeah.
Yes, we're out
Yeah.
of here. I don't
You
care
pile
what
in the
we
car.
forgot.
Yeah, you pile in the car, and you start heading east to the site of the plane crash. And we'll go ahead. This is a perfect time for it to end. Then we'll end there.
Oh,
Rip
I
man.
can't
Raleigh.
believe we killed Raleigh. I'm sorry.
Oh my
Oh,
I am too.
God.
I couldn't, from a character's perspective, I
Yeah.
couldn't see any way out of it under the circumstances. I just couldn't see it.
I was trying to get rid of her after like the second episode when she killed somebody.
you were. Oh gosh.
be honest, when I failed my human test outside of Starbucks, I'm like, fuck, she's done. There's no way out.
Mm.
Yeah, she doesn't like see the way out, you know.
Yeah,
Yep,
I
yep,
thought like because basically he was setting you up. I mean that's what Ian what's his name Ian Martins was doing. He was setting you up at that point, right? And so I thought you're going to be off, but like I thought you were going to be in custody. I didn't think they were going to get a chance to like take you out. And so I figured we're going to take her out a different way. I will definitely miss Dr. Lucy, the wild card. She shakes.
She was the most awesome character to watch.
Oh,
It was
my
like
goodness.
it was like a
roller
circus,
coaster.
a circus
It
and the
was.
Titanic all at the same time.
Mhm.
A
my
terrible
goodness.
Delta Green agent, but a good character.
Great
She
character.
was a lot of
Yes, just wonderful. Yeah,
I think you actually did
Oh my
no
God.
doctoring, but that's okay.
Oh, she got me back up to full health.
The great thing is, like, there's still the crows and stuff to analyze, and she never got a chance.
She never
to
did
actually
anything
analyze
like
it.
actually
Oh.
with what she's supposed to do.
She took samples and stuff like that. She just couldn't. She didn't ever get like a chance to run it through. Oh my gosh.
the other
Oh.
thing we were going to do at the hospital.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that went so bad. The critical fails just went so
So many.
crazy tonight.
I mean-
Like, oh my goodness. I mean, even at the end, like the critical successes, it's insane. Like how many crits were being rolled tonight.
I mean, that
I even had a couple
persuasion
behind
check.
the scenes too.
I can't believe I got 100 on that persuasion
Yeah.
check because I mean that was a
Yeah.
beautiful speech. He should have just
Mm.
shocked
I know.
himself. We would all walked away. Everybody'd be happy.
Yeah.
That was ugly.
But now we have a cop who might be dead. Might
Hopefully
just
not.
not have the ability to walk, the ability to use his right leg for the rest of his. One of the two.
There are really good prosthetics
So-
out there now.
Yeah.
Really
So
good
what's
prosthetics.
so a cop and with that house that we burned down may or may not have been
Yeah.
empty. You know.
No, it was empty. They
But
were
that
all
one was
dead.
empty. It's just they all got killed by the monster.
Okay.
Yep.
Maybe.
We would have heard more
No,
screams. I mean,
they were all
Maybe.
dead. Yep. They were all
I
dead.
don't know.
Now,
Don't you
I
point
don't
at me. Ryder has been the only person who refuses to commit serious crimes. No
I
murdering over
will-
here. No shooting people over here.
I will peel back the curtain and let you know it was in the house when this adventure is over.
I'm gonna feel even worse now.
I feel like Jeremy was on the verge of crying that whole sequence when it was leading up to like the cop situation and then
Oh.
Raleigh on top of it. I'm like, oh, poor Jeremy's face. Oh my
Oh my
goodness.
God.
That was rough. That was rough.
And plus we had the date just didn't, and the date didn't go well for Ryder, which is like honestly that's the
Man.
real tragedy.
That
I
is
really
real.
tried.
I
Hold
love
on, all
kids.
the stop.
Yes, I love kids, man.
Oh my god.
Oh
Like,
my.
okay.
I
Sure
mean,
you
Ryder's
do.
been undercover for a while, so he's a little bit out of the
Yeah.
game, you know. So it's,
Oh, yeah.
it's totally understandable. He's really awkward.
Just a little
goodness.
bit out of the game.
Yeah.
Gosh. Well, all right. Let's do a closing round table here. Figure out where everyone is. Matt, what do you have going between now and next Thursday?
This week, Sunday, we're back to Alien. We're going to wrap up our current operation that we're on the Free League channel at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then Tuesday, back on the Sirenscape channel, we're going to return with the new episode of Call of Cthulhu, The Mound. And then Thursday, we're back here. Oh, and tomorrow, I'm running Star Wars on Garblade Games.
I was gonna say.
I'm running Star Wars at
Star Wars.
what time? 2 p.m. Central or something?
I
don't
think
know.
it's 1 p.m. Pacific, so 3 p.m. Central, because they've had their time
Gotcha.
changes already happened.
Right. Thank you. So catch us tomorrow afternoon. I'm going to run some Star Wars, FFG Star Wars here on Garblade Games. That's
Right
it for me.
on. And let's see who's next. Megan. Hi.
well, I've got nothing this week, other than recovering from being killed by my fellow party members.
Yeah, I suck. I suck.
I would have killed me too. But yeah, just looking forward to catching up on some amazing games that are going on all over the interwebs. So yeah, keeping me busy that way.
Awesome. And we get to meet her new character next week. It'll be fun. Let's see. Aaron, what do you got going on?
Be playing in Matt's Star Wars game tomorrow on Friday, and then Aliens on Sunday, where we get to be killed on a
Yeah.
space station, and then Tuesday night, Sirenscape, Call of Cthulhu, same thing Matt mentioned. Wednesday at 9 p.m. GMT now, Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay 4th edition. That's 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then Thursday back here to make a mad dash for Montana and pray to God nobody catches us.
We should take bets on who's next because Rutledge went first, then Raleigh. Who's next? Who's going down
I
next?
thought Dart was
Jeremy
gonna
has
die
a backup
right
character.
after me.
I don't have a
thank-
backup character. So.
Thank you for the raid there, Quest and Cliffhangers. We are actually just finishing up our run of Delta Green tonight. We had some inter-party miscommunication, conflict, even creative resolution, problem solving, violent. But I guess the problem's been resolved. I guess I don't know.
Yes.
But yeah. Anyway, thank you for the raid. Very much appreciated. Let's see who is next. Evan, you're an alien. What else are you in for the next week?
Yes, you can come watch us play Aliens on Sunday. I will be a android robot floating headless or partially headless in space, pretty much doing nothing. Remember my head got knocked off?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, it's like hanging off.
Yeah,
and I'm pretty much going to be doing like, I don't know, probably nothing while they fight.
You're going to fight a queen on the outside of the space station. You're going to solo it.
Oh yeah, 1-on-1. I got it. And then Tuesday
human,
at the Mound, I'll be playing the River Canadian, Benji, everyone's favorite sane Canadian.
That's right.
And
Nick's
then,
Perch.
Yeah, or Nick's Perch. And next Thursday, you can see part 2 of Ryder's Quest for Love.
Oh my God. I can't believe most of the night it was really just Evan and I on a date at Applebee's. Apparently.
Yeah.
That was half tonight's episode, which is great. But you did get some interesting info, which is nice. You gotta contextualize it now. But yeah.
I mean, realistically, Ryder was the only one tonight moved our investigation.
I did.
No. We took care of a loose end as I wave a hammer on screen. We took care of a loose end.
Dr. Raleigh.
We did. Yes. We took care of a loose end. Not sure if that's moving it forward though.
Arblin, you missed something. You gotta watch this on.
Yes,
VOD.
Arblin.
I'm not going to. I don't want to spoil anything.
You should watch. Yeah,
Special
it was an
moments.
interesting night. And then finally we got Jeremy. Jeremy, what do you got going on?
So I'm gonna go cry in a pillow for a little while, and then
me
we'll come back to UVG on Monday where I can play a cat that has no conscience whatsoever, and that'll be a nice
Fantastic.
palate cleanser.
He doesn't care one bit about who dies for him. It's just one bit. Doesn't care.
So that's gonna be refreshing.
Yeah.
Gonna get back in the mood for this again next week.
Awesome. As for me, tomorrow night over on my own channel, twitch.tv/lollygaggers, playing more Delta Green. I'm running us through Impossible Landscapes. We're most of the way through part 3 of a 4-part campaign involving the King in Yellow. Let's see, Saturday, I'll be over on the DOK channel playing 2 different games. We'll be playing Forbidden Lands and be playing Darkest House by Monty Cook Games. Monday, Jeremy already said it. Ultra Valley Grasslands, Tuesday, et cetera. We've all kind of playing a lot of the same games together. So you've all already heard it. But that's it for us. Thank you for everyone who hung out and watched this wonderful trade wreck tonight. It's fantastic. But we'll be back in a week with see what else happens. But go watch Matt tomorrow here on doing more Star Wars.
Have a good
night. That's it. We're good, Matt.
Thank you, everybody.